Well then, I suppose you'll need a little something to remember me by.
And I suppose I'll need to get my coin purse.
The markets are a veritable midden, teeming with vermin.
Ugh, you need not remind me. Their incessant chittering is ringing in my ears even now.
That's the day done then. Drinks and the veil.
How about the veil, then drinks?
Hotter, you bleeding shit-a-bed bearer!
It's not been half a moon since Bellamy's tour, and they'd have us march again.
That's what we signed up for.
Word is that the legions are readying to march again.
Men and their swords. They won't be satisfied until they've stuck 'em in every last soul in the realm.
Think I might see you tonight?
That depends on how much you want to see.
I haven't seen you around the Vale of late. Oh, don't tell me you've grown tired of us.
It's not that. The garrisons are being called back to the capital. We're to join the legions.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. Though I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this. Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
I should probably start here.
If the Dame has given you her trust, then you have ours as well. Know you are always welcome here at the Vale. If the Dame has given you her trust, then you have ours as well. Always welcome.
You wear the Dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the Dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the Dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
The Dame sees that all of us share a bedchamber. It discourages unwanted visits from some of our more determined clients. And that means we grow close. If anyone knows where Tatienne went, it'll be her chambermaid.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the Dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
We've all had our share of dodgy punters. That's why the Dame has to hire escorts. We've all had our share of dodgy punters. That's why the Dame has to hire escorts.
Excuse me, you there? I cannot help but notice you bear the moon and stars.
So you are an associate of the dame's? Might I trouble you for some assistance? You'll be rewarded, of course.
And who exactly would I be assisting?
Oh, forgive me. I am Etienne, a humble merchant, though fortunate enough to count the dame among my acquaintances. I have business beyond these walls, but the guards have grown somewhat suspicious of my comings and goings of late. I was hoping someone might be kind enough to go in my stead. And who better than someone in the employ of the Vale's proprietress? Would you be willing to help a fellow in his hour of need?
Why not?
Marvelous. The task is simple enough. Pass through the gate and deliver packages to a few of my most valued clients. There are 3 in total: a grocer, an apothecary, and a distiller. You need only mention that the items you carry are fresh from the master's table.
Nothing dangerous, I hope.
Why, of course not. Merely trifles which folk beyond the checkpoint are keen to get their hands on. And though I cannot prevent you from peeking, I advise that you don't. Strongly advise.
Did one of them get on this side of the gate?
Another one of the dame's pets. Why must she let them off the leash?
You're one of the dames, I see. Well, you'd best be back to the Vale before the sun sets. Once the men of the garrison have filled their bellies with liquid courage, a brooch won't stay their tempers.
Sergeant's got it in for us. Where's your commanding officer branded? Don't you know the training grounds are for real soldiers?
Hey, you lost or something? Sorry, but the Imperial Guard's got no use for your kind. The infantry always needs more bodies, though.
I'm just passing through.
I don't bloody believe it. The bastard's wearing the moon and stars.
That'll be why he's strutting about like he owns the place.
The Dane laughed when we offered her our protection. You reckon this prick's really worth a couple of the Emperor's finest?
I dare say there's ways of finding out. How about it, Branded? Care to show us how you earned that brooch?
I'd rather not.
Oh, no doubt. Only chivalrous souls that we are, Robin and I need to know the dame's being properly looked after.
Fine. If it'll put your mind at ease.
Oh, and just so you know, I won't be holding back. I suggest you don't either. Take a moment to get ready if you need it. Wouldn't want you whining about an unfair fight. Now, let's get the measure of you, shall we?
Hey, I don't know what the heck is going on here. Sorry, I was, checking something here. What's going on here? There we go. There we go. Okay, we got that. We got the stuff.
If that's what you want.
Cocky bastard. All right, let's be having you.
Let's see if this is coming through properly. Yeah, that's doing it. That's doing it.
Oh, and when you go crying to your mistress,
Oh, man.
Tell her it was Leon who gave you the pounding.
Okay, good.
You's alright. So you know one end of a blade from the other.
Wow, this didn't take no time at all. That's funny. That is funny. Good grief, that's funny.
Fuck me.
Nope.
What the hell are you playing at, Leon?
You're a weakling.
So it's a real challenge he wants, is it? Fine. Sword up, bearer.
Sword up, bearer. I'm gonna send that Sandcastle game back. I got kind of aggravated with
Win
it.
the Dane's favour anyway.
I know he went to hold my tongue for a start.
It was like $26.99 or something to buy it. I'm like, nah. I was like, maybe I might want to do it later, especially if it's cheaper. But right now, it's already put that it was already going to get sent back, even though I won't be able to set it off until Monday. Maybe they'll just go ahead and send my next title out. That's what happens when you get juggled around in a windstorm with a bunch of rocks flying everywhere. 8 experience. I guess you don't need that much experience in this game to really get the leveling up or moving along in levels.
Can I go now?
Gregor's gas. The bastard didn't even break a sweat.
The dame's man or no, he's still a branded. Best hope the sergeant never hears about this.
Yeah, not after the bollocking he gave us for missing drills. Might be the old sod had a point.
I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, good bloody riddance. At least we know the dame's in safe hands, I suppose.
Do us a favour. If you have to tell the dame about this, tell her we got a good few hits in, eh?
Oh, they rack on more experience? Okay. That works for me.
The Emperor's finest, thrashed by a branded. The sergeant may be a surly bastard, but he had our number, all right. Extra drills it is, then.
Yeah, on second thought, maybe don't mention this to the dame. We wouldn't want you getting into trouble for brawling now, will we? On second thought, maybe don't mention this to the dame. We wouldn't want you getting into trouble.
Heard the bones fell favourably. To the Vale, then, is it?
What do you think? Nothing like a quick tumble on another man's coin?
I don't know how a bearer came by the moon and stars, but thank goodness I found you.
Yeah, no, I got my brooch
Can I
on.
trust you to be discreet?
No.
About what?
About this. About what I wish to ask of you. About the fact that I, a humble creature, assist the Dame of the Vale in her endeavors. As unlikely as it may seem, there are those within the upper echelons of Samberquois society who find the Empire's treatment of bearers to be barbaric.
All right. But what do you want from me?
This town is carried upon the backs of its bearers, and yet many would see their servants starve. Not for the want of coin, simple fare cost little more than a pittance, but to revel in the suffering of others. A simple act of cruelty. Contemptible though it is, my countrymen would sooner cut off their noses to spite their faces than see their bearers fed. And despite my best attempts at secrecy, my efforts to dole out comestibles have been noticed. Which brings me to my request. The brand upon your cheek affords you a certain freedom. A freedom I could sorely use.
Fine. What do you need me to do?
Oh, thank you. An extra meal may not seem like much, but it will make all the difference. Here, deliver these, but keep them hidden. Quickly now. What food I can provide goes where the need is greatest. And today that happens to be the barracks. 3 bearers, overworked and underfed, not permitted a moment's rest.
It's no wonder so many die before their time.
Tragic, true, but do not let anger make you careless. people will view this act of mercy as an undermining of the Empire's authority. Be discreet for both our sakes,
Evil DoorDash.
and for the sake of those we feed. Oh, and when you're
That's
finished,
funny.
a word in the ear of one of the dame's girls would be appreciated.
You won't be staying then?
I'm afraid not.
It's called
I'm expected
Door
back in the
Dasheth.
capital, and have already
Or
risked
Dorset
much
Dasheth.
speaking with you this long.
Dasheth the door. I shall
Crystal's
dasheth thy
bad
door.
enough. We can't let people starve as well.
The butts? What the fudge?
Heard the bones fell favourably.
Are you waiting for it to heal on its own? Hurry up!
Looks like now's not the time. You look like you need a rest.
Not half as much as I need this. Thank you. I don't eat it here, though. Not where anyone might see.
Has it always been this bad?
Oh, it was worse before the Chamberlain. I'd be dead without him. Me and many others.
That's something at least.
Let's just go ahead with the main story before we go back to the side stuff.
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Aren't we all?
Looking for a man?
The
Does
original
this
Meals
look
on
like a
Wheels
brothel,
with horse and
Brandy?
cart.
Fuck off. Hold your tongue. Where's the dame's brooch?
They'll be there in a matter of an hour.
Will be barred to us for
It'll take
good.
about 10 minutes to get there in a car.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye.
You
His
made it
name's
here
Yannick.
hour and 5
I
minutes
haven't seen him
past.
around lately, though.
My fee is
On
free.
account of him being in Moor. Yeah, Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The dame thanks you.
Oh.
Last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
Most likely.
It's not been half a moon since Bellamy's tour.
I managed to maneuver my little recliner into this room over here, which is good.
Greetings. You are one of the dame's chosen, I see. Me? I am but a nameless weaver of song, who would warm the hearts of the good folk of this town with such humble cloth as the muse might permit me to make.
I realized that sitting on the bed and leaning on the bed was only helping so much.
Tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
I have a chance to go do those yet.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. Though that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather
She
set
had some
in their
RBF
ways.
going on there.
You'll find they have little love for
Pristine
bearers,
biatch face.
and they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. More than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
I got to kind of thinking about this a bit, especially when it comes to dealing with RPGs like back in the 90s. Especially when they got back on the PlayStation. Some people complain about like the cutscenes and whatnot and some of the dialogue and stuff that's given, But then again, some of the ways that some of this thing is working out is almost like the way that it did for some RPGs in the 90s. It's just that they didn't have voice acting, or most of them didn't at that point in time. So it's still like you were reading through the dialogue. I mean, depending on how fast you could read would determine, you know, how fast you'd get through it, but...
Are you gonna buy something or not?
Yeah, I'll buy something.
There's nothing here for your kind, Branded. Go on now. Shoot.
You're racist.
I have a delivery from Etienne. Fresh from the master's table.
Why didn't you say so? Times are hard. But this here'll make 'em less so. For a while, at least. Sorry about the welcome. I meant nothing by it. You wait right here. Here. You can tell Etienne I'm a man of my word.
Perfume.
Oriflamme's finest. Just as promised. I'd be dead in a ditch if it weren't for Etienne's blessings.
Have you no other bearers? Those two look rather... used.
Used? Yes, but spent? Hardly. They've both at least a good year left in them.
A good year? And we ain't talking about no tars either.
I have no business with Branded.
Well, I have business with you. A package.
Well, I have business with you.
Fresh from the master's
So shut your
table.
face hole.
I do not know you. Where is the merchant, Etienne?
Somewhere the gate guards won't be paying him or his affairs.
He's getting
any
a rim
mind.
job. I'm doing his job
Fine.
for him. Or his other job.
Hand over the goods
Never mind.
and be gone.
At the Vale. Rim job at the Vale.
This is light.
It's a whorehouse.
Usual. Branded, if I discover you have played me false...
I can always take it back.
You will do no such thing. Your master should cut out your insolent tongue. Had you been the tool of any other man, I would see you clapped in chains. Payment. Take it and get out of my sight.
Cigars.
Those cigars are worth more than your life. Do be careful.
Oh my goodness, these people, I don't like them.
Speak of this to anyone, and there'll be nightshade in your morning gruel.
Yeah, no kidding, dude.
What did you say was in these pies?
Just because you're wearing a dame's brooch, don't mean I have to serve you. It's you that should be...
I warn you now, I don't sell to your kind, whether you have the coin or not. Where's your master, anyway?
Etienne sent me.
Didn't know he had his own bearer. Business must be booming.
Got my new sword.
All right.
I had to
Quickly
go
now,
and
before the
craft
guards
another
notice.
sword to make this sword. So I had to craft another one, then mix that one with some other crafting materials to create this one, which is the most powerful one that I've got right now. I had to break it down.
That isn't a burden off my back. And this is for Etienne.
All this for a drink.
Not just any drink. The very best. Specially distilled for my most discerning customers. The guards find that, they'll seize it before you can blink. You keep it well hidden, all right? If Etienne likes it, tell him there's more where that came from. For a price, of course.
Of course.
Of course. A horse is a horse is a
Perfumed
horse.
cigars and spirits. Someone has expensive tastes. The question is, how can they afford to maintain them? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
If I learn you let the guards find that bottle, you'll have me to answer to.
You're one of those
I'm so scared.
With reds, white.
With the right to confiscate any objects.
That's the day done then.
Get all your side stuff out of the way before you go back to the main story again. Unless it's in your way.
I have something for you.
From the Chamberlain. Thank you. You need to leave. Now. Please.
Branded! Who told you to rest? Stoke those damn flames! And you! If you've got a message for me, out with it. If not, return to your post.
Got a message on the sharp end of my pointy little sword. Or not little sword, but...
It's not been half a moon since Bellamy.
Enough! Curse you! Get away from me! You'll work faster next time if you know what's good for you!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's Five Fingers say in the
Looks
face?
like you need
Slap,
it.
bitch.
The Chamberlain must have sent you, but alas, my work is far from over. If I don't go now, they'll beat me.
You need to rest.
But I won't. I've wounds to heal and bones to mend.
And what of your own hurts?
They'll wait. As will my hunger. Thank you, though.
I'm gonna turn my notifications off here. I got my beep boops turned off.
A drover has more regard for his cattle than the Empire does its bearers. Anyway, I'd better head to the Vale.
That bastard! Accident my arse!
I did get a trophy for petting Torgal a few times. Hey, Mr. Raven! It's been forever and a day since I've last talked to you. How have you been, sir? I'm doing pretty well. Had a lot of stuff happen with me over the past year or so, or a little over that, but besides that, everything's been okay.
You have returned.
I believe these are yours.
Delightful. The dame will be pleased.
You don't say. And would she be pleased to learn what you had to exchange for those items?
You mean the crystals? No need to be coy, my boy.
Coy.
Why not just tell me in the first place?
You got married in Vegas.
Honest man wears deception
Wow.
like shackles.
You
about
finally
his
living over in the
ankles.
States now, or you went back
I couldn't
to
risk you
Europe?
stumbling under the gaze of the guards. After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned crystals, even such morsels as I provide. And
Oh,
if
man,
you don't
sorry to hear
know
that,
what this
man.
day's work may have cost you, then, well,
Oh,
I
back to
dare
UK,
say
okay.
you'll sleep all the better for it.
How'd you mess up your
Despite the
ankle,
risk,
your
our
elbow
friends
like
beyond
that?
the wall gladly give their finest and most treasured wares for the paltry crumbs I trade in.
I didn't realize crystals were so scarce here.
Oh, I
Scarce as
got you.
chocobo teeth.
I got you.
Hence the thriving market for even the
Oh, bike
scantest
crash.
fragments.
Sorry to hear that happen.
Do you think it vulgar that I profit from the hardship of others?
Hell, the way it
I
seems
think
like
you're
even
doing what
Americans
you
feel like they
believe
can't
is
even afford to live in the
necessary.
States.
Yeah, indeed.
The way things are
And
at
I
the
don't
moment.
doubt the dame would agree. A reward for a job well done. I have the goods I was commissioned to gather, and the guards are none the wiser. I thank you, as will our mutual friend when she hears of how you
Oh.
have aided me.
I'm glad it wasn't more tragic, man.
I'm happy to see my trust in you was not misplaced. The dame will be delighted to hear of your success.
Huh.
I'm happy to see my trust in you was not misplaced.
I'll go to this one and then I'll go over there back to the main story again.
Well then, I suppose you'll need a little something to remember me.
all right. Are you here for business or pleasure?
You still been streaming lately?
Business, though not my own. The Chamberlain put me to work delivering food.
Ah, so he found someone to help him then. Just as well. I hear his friends back at court have been taking a little too much interest in him of late.
So he really is a Chamberlain.
There was a time when he was the Vale's most illustrious customer.
How the heck
Us
was I not
girls thought of him as
subscribed to
a
you?
generous uncle. He was one of the only people
How
around
is that
here who
possible?
seemed bothered by the way the Empire treats its bearers.
Rare for one in his position.
A fact not wasted on the Dame. A little nudge from
Oh,
her
on
was
Twitch,
all it
oh,
took,
okay.
and he became the patron saint of Northreach's starving masses. My sisters and I may have lost an uncle, but bearers are being fed for a change, so we don't grumble. Much.
Glad to hear it.
Gives you faith, though, doesn't it? To know there are people out there like him. And you, for that matter. It's no wonder the Dame's got a soft spot for you.
Yeah, a lot's happened with me over the past year. Like, let's see, back in July, not July of this year, but July in 2022, Tanya broke it off with me, so we broke up. And I moved back home and got involved with a girl I used to go to school with as kids, and that fell apart. That's a whole other story in and of itself. So, yeah, just trying to live life and build myself up and all this other stuff. So, there you go. June of 2022. There you go. Yep. Asian has it down pat, that's for sure. Yeah, I saw that you ended up uploading some videos on there. I just don't understand why it was that I wasn't subscribed to you. I know that I was, and then it showed me that I wasn't. So, I don't know. Maybe it was another channel that you had, too, that I was subscribed to. Or something. I don't know. That's weird. Anyways.
We always look forward to your visits, Clive. The Dame especially.
Okay, so there's two that's over there, but oh my, okay. YouTube unsubscribe you at random, have that happen. But yeah, man, that's exactly what had to happen, because I don't know why in the world that occurred, because that's happened with a couple other channels in the past, and I'm like, did I unsubscribe from somebody?
They may have given you leave to walk freely
But
about Northridge.
no,
but
it was
one
never
step
that.
outside these walls, and you're just another branded with a target on his back.
Whatever you say, bro. What good lordy mercy, there's a lot of stuff out here, or a lot of open spaces. Wide open spaces, spaces. Start singing the Dixie Chicks. I'm gonna go explore from one end to the other. Because that's how I roll. Holy macaroni, it's really kind of quiet out here. Gonna go kill some stuff, level some things up. Gonna go get some skills, kill some things, and get some stuff.
Flames to me!
I could have sworn with there being a dragon over here that there would have been some kind of chest that he was guarding, but I suppose not. I suppose not. I don't know why I can't just automatically activate a running mode or a faster running mode. I have to just let it happen naturally. It's stupid. The chest is in another castle. Thank you, Mario, for saving me, but our chest is in another castle. I've been keeping okay. Been doing all right. Just trying to work on myself for the better. Moving right along, getting more involved in my church. Really making a huge difference in my life and my relationship with God. So, people too, people in my church, all around that community area. Ooh, I leveled up. And yeah, stuff like that. Not really anything truly to really write home about. Oh, sorry. I may need to turn down the sound a little bit more. It's probably they're getting too loud. So I'd have to let's just turn down the master volume down to 70 and see if that'll make a little bit of a difference. But yeah, there's not really anything to necessarily truly write home about. So. See, any new women? Not well. I just got out of a relationship with one that I used to go to school with as kids. I just got out of it. Didn't last long. Didn't last long at all. It was I tell you what, you could fill up a few seasons of a soap opera with the things that I've been through over the past year dealing with her. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, long story. Long story. But, anyways, I just, just let things be, let things lie, let things go as they're going to go, and that's all there is to it. Just leave it as it is. And what's crazy is that she also goes to my church as well. As a matter of fact, she was the one that ended up introducing me to this church because after I had moved back from Georgia, after Tanya tore my heart out of my chest and stomped on it and pissed on it and shit on it and burned it to ashes and all this stuff. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. But anyways, that's what happened. Yeah, I just needed a new one for me to be able to go to, and she introduced me to it, so that's the main one that I go to. But I mean, we go to 2 different services, and even if there wasn't 2 different services, I'd just be like, whatever, it's just a mutual thing. It's a mutual thing, whatever. We're not like the way that we used to be, but we can at least be civil. So, well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you kindly. I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna be one to try to badmouth anybody or nothing like that. But it's the way that I felt, and it's the way that it was, and how things happened between the both of us to make me feel that way. But I'm not gonna go into details or anything like that. But just given the fact that obviously everybody's got their reasons for doing whatever. She had her reasons, and I had mine for trying to make it last, but that wasn't the case. It's just like right now with the recent one that I dealt with. She has her reasons and I have my reasons, and as far as I'm concerned, it's whatever. The only problem is, hearing it from her perspective. When I hear it from my perspective, like, I have valid reasons, but I also hear it from her, and she has valid reasons. But if you were to hear it from her side of things, it's like she acts like only her reasons are the main reasons here, like my reasons don't matter. There's probably a couple of them that do that you know, she said something about that we've talked about before. But, yeah. Yeah, I just, never in my life ever dealt with a woman like that. Most difficult woman I've ever had to deal with ever in my life. Ever. Ever. Yeah, my other relationships didn't last, but they were fun, and I was hoping they would last, but they didn't. But you know what? Never had to deal with anything like what I dealt with her. Never. Ever. Ever.
This might take a while.
Oh, okay. Well, oh, you're talking about Tanya? Oh, I didn't even notice she hadn't even been streaming or doing nothing with anything, with any of her videos or nothing like that. I mean, I don't know if she's been in other people's streams or videos or what have you. It ain't none of my business, but I just noticed that she's never posted anything after I left. I must have been that stirring thing that kept her gaming, that she actually enjoyed it. Then when I left, it all went to crap. So whatever. Oh yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's always going to be moments in our lives when we're going to have drama, but then again, I've always heard there's like, you either invite drama or you create drama. So, I've gotten out of this now. To be perfectly honest with you, man, like, I feel more at peace and more at ease now than I did before. Honestly, like I'm, especially getting back to doing this again, more so than I was when I was with her. It's like, feels amazing.
Doesn't seem to be working though.
Okay, well that's strange. Like I said, long story. Drama normally finds you. Well, you know, you just gotta cut that stuff out like a cancer, dude. You know, if it starts to find you, if it's coming up around you, you know, get rid of it. Get rid of it somehow. Get away from it. Just, you don't need it in your life. You don't need to have it. You gotta let that stuff go. Any possible way to negate it all and escape from it all, do it. Doesn't matter who it is. I mean, you know, some people you'll have in your life, some people are meant to be in your life for a season, and some people are meant to be in your life forever. You know, so you just gotta pick those out of who are meant to be in your life for a season, and they'll show their true colors. They'll show who they are by their actions. Words are fleeting, but actions mean something. So I've been on both ends of that.
It's over.
Let's see here. Man, that's so weird how that sound is going off. It's like it's not even music. It sounds like I'm in some kind of like hyperbolic time chamber or something. I don't know. What the heck is up with this chat? Come on, chat. Quit being retarded.
An Imperial watchtower. Should be well stocked.
Yeah, I appreciate the vote of confidence, man. Thank you kindly. Yeah, we're only human. We're all human. Yeah, it's mostly like ambience. It does sound like a drone. It's weird. I mean, it would make sense, like if, you know, obviously this is Final Fantasy, if it's like a crystal or something that I was around, but that's not the case. So I'm like, what the heck? I love this move. It just juggles enemies. Just takes them out, man. Yeah, let them go. Have fun. New enemies approach. What? Insanity. What are y'all doing? Having a party in there or something? What the?
I do everything.
Oh, as a category of sound, bass low end of the scale. Yeah, meant for dark, moody ambience. Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I could definitely see that. But I guess that would also make sense with this game too, considering it's one of the more darker ones in the series. So that's how you open a chest, just kick it. John Carpenter's, yeah, exactly. Oh, great movie. But then again, it seems like there were so many movies in the 80s, and even some in the 90s that would end up using the same sound, regardless of whether it was supposed to be like a horror-related film or not. Even some action flicks were like that. Great in 4K! Yeah, that's right. You're going to hate me for saying this, but I was going through looking up at like some different 80s and 90s movies last night when I was on Tubi. And for some reason, I was just like, oh, House Party with Kid and Play. Let me watch that. And I watched that, and I'm just like, this is stupid. I was like, I don't even want to bother to even mess with any of the others now. Because, you know, it's those movies that you know that came out. And, all right, okay, Mr. Raven, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in the stream. Good to see you, man. Good to talk to you again. I know it's been a while. Hope to see you around again. I asked for it. Yeah, I know. You're right.
How many?
I did.
Suffer to keep your granaries full.
Take it easy, Raven. Be praying for your arm, man. The right women's out. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. God knows that I don't want to be alone. He's got somebody for me. I get me a nice, nerdy, geeky gamer chick that is going to fulfill all the things that God believes that I need to have in my life, and I can fulfill the same for her, then we'll be set. And she goes to church with me and everything else. That's first and foremost. That's the first thing right there, at the top of the list. And then we'll go down from the list from there. First and foremost is God. Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, I should be streaming some maybe about every day. Maybe about every day. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, good on you. Good on you. There's so many like girl. Well, especially nowadays, there's so many girl gamers and nerds and geeks out there. There's so many of them, and I've known them and I've talked to them and I've been friends with them and everything. But like the problem is it's like I've landed a few of them, but they just don't stick. They don't stick. Like Tanya was one of them. My previous ex, she definitely wasn't one of them. And the one before Tanya, she was one of them. And to this day, I don't understand why in the world it did end between us. I went, man, if she ever came back in my life again, I'd give it another shot with her. I ain't even kidding. Maybe it was just a place in our lives at that point in time where we just weren't meant to be together at that point in time. But now, I mean, probably ain't even that. Probably the same way now. But I'd still give it a shot again if I ever met up with her, if she ever was so inclined to do so. So that's just me. Yeah, single insane again. I'll be doing it a lot more. Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know. It's just like that talk about how, oh, well, you feel like maybe you're meant to be in somebody's life, but then maybe just not at that point in time is when it's supposed to happen. Maybe you were meant to meet up with each other, but you just went too far and you weren't supposed to go that far. And then maybe it's meant to be on a deeper level later on down the line. I mean, that's happened with people. It's all about growth and character, you know? Some people just haven't reached a certain level of where they should be at with that person at that point in time in their lives. I mean, I can understand a toxic ex, you know, that's just total mental basket case. Not trying to sound mean, but, you know. Yeah, avoid those like the plague. Presumes there's a predetermined person for you. Yeah, I know. That's true. That's true. But you just never know. You never know where life is going to lead you. You never know. Especially you never know where, like, your social circles, where it's going to leave you either. Because, I mean, obviously, before I got back in deeper in church again, my ring of social aspects was actually a lot bigger. And then it shrank down a lot. And, which I'm all for it, you know. I'd rather have a loyal few than a bunch of posers as friends, you know? So...
Wait. Let's make this quick.
I mean, I want God to weed the stuff out of my life that doesn't need to be there, and He's done that. So, I mean, I've seen it and I've experienced that. So, I mean, more so now than ever before. And I mean, I've mentioned, I was like, God, take stuff out of my life that doesn't need to be there. Get rid of it, take care of it. Take control of my life, you know, just, that's all there is to it. Yeah, I know. I know. I get it. Man, I wonder if this is like some other side quest. I know it's not a side quest right now, but I wonder if it's like a side quest that comes later of dealing with like these specific garrison barracks towers here. Or maybe it's just the fact of me going here to get XP and find some chests. Had to do it, couldn't resist. Yeah. Oh yeah. I figured as much. We're going to have us some burgers tonight for dinner. I had to run uptown, go get myself some cheese. Then need some garlic breadsticks, because we're going to have some steak on Sunday. Tomorrow after church. Then after that, well, that's all she wrote. Tomorrow I'll definitely be streaming some. I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to church. I'll probably just be back over here streaming some more than likely. It feels so weird taking out chocobos. Like, they're supposed to be your friends. But I'm killing them! Cinnamon buns. Take to church tomorrow. It's just everyone got one. Not everyone got... Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That honey bun cake she made was really good. I mean, it really was. It is my solemn duty to try everything she has on her menu at some point in time. Which I'm pretty sure you probably have already done all of that thus far. Hang on a second. Okay, I was up over here. I'm so weird when it comes to exploring. I like take it from corner to corner. Like, let me go over here, and let me go over there, and let me do this, and let me do... I'm not going to bother with these. I think that main green one stirs them up, and then they all start to attack me. Ooh, oh my. Yo, y'all know y'all got a dead body over here? Well, it's a bear, so obviously they're considered to be a slave. So you're like, well, just let them rot in the sun. Everything but the wedding cake. Yes, this is true. This is definitely true. That'll have to come in its own good time at some point, Lord willing, later on down the road. I was a complete and utter psycho to be thinking otherwise previously, as we already know. Which one of us gets married first? Both at the same time. One day apart.
Shift your asses.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. I just have hope and faith in the fact that, hey, you know, well, something could happen at work, or something could happen at church, you know. I know one thing though. Considering obviously there's no dress code, as it were, at my church, I'm just going to start wearing gaming shirts there and see if there's a nerdy woman that might be able to spot them and start talking to me. It's going to be like a beacon of light. Just wanted to follow right towards it like a moth to a flame. Don't date your co-workers. Yeah, understandable. Given case in point,
late for what?
With my ex. But she only works twice a month there, and on days that I don't work. only on Saturdays.
Rescue him.
All right, where is he?
My.
Yeah, that's what happened with me with my
with
with one of my exes. We met at work.
He's over
The one that I told you that I wouldn't mind giving another shot if she was willing to do so.
And see that you kill the beast.
I sound like Chewbacca.
For someone whose son's in mortal danger, he didn't seem all that worried. Something's not right here. I need to be careful.
Indeed. And it's probably down here. I don't want to prioritize anything because I think that takes everything.
Going to eat me.
What? If I can help it.
Oh. I think it just picks one out on the screen.
Stay back. I'll deal with this.
Well, that was easy.
You weren't supposed to kill Wolfie. You were supposed to die. Father will have you whipped for this. Bearers aren't supposed to win. They never win.
What the heck?
What is this? Your father said you were being attacked.
You're not supposed to talk.
Oh my
Stop
goodness.
looking at me like that. We were only having fun.
What in the
Having
world?
fun?
Why are you still speaking? Father will hear of this.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna throw you in the ocean, kid. Yeah. Wider. More like more focused, I think.
But it's not the wolf that's to blame. Someone needs to put an end to this before it happens again.
Boy, this is a dark Final Fantasy. There's been other dark ones too, like what was it? I've got it. Final Fantasy. Can't think of the name. I've got it, but I can't think of the name. There's a little bit on the darker end of things. Oh, I got you. I got you.
Come here
I got
this
you.
instant.
Benoit. Chris Benoit. Well, I've, yeah. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I kind of feel like the youngest I would go would be 30.
How dare you frighten my son? You slaughter his poor pet, and then have the gall to return, head held high. That wolf was trained. Better trained by far than your worthless kind. You are the entertainment,
I got
nothing
you.
more. And we are most certainly not entertained.
Nor am I. You'll pay for what you've done.
See? I told you, he talks too much. It's not right. I don't like him, Father.
You're not the branded I bought, are you? How dare you deceive me? Well, the sins of the slave are the sins of the master. Go! Summon the unlucky wretch you answer to.
That unlucky wretch would be the dame. I can summon her if you like. Though I doubt she would welcome the interruption.
You serve the dame. Why would a woman of her caliber...
You look afraid. Well, how do you think those bearers in the field felt? Can you imagine their fear? Their pain? From the look of you, I'd say you're starting to get an idea of the first. Now, if you need help with the second...
Father, he's scaring me.
You think to threaten us, Branded? The dame's pet or no, I will not abide such insolence.
Can't we just buy another hound? A bigger one, a better one.
Of course, my son. I'll have the villagers fetch us another. With jaws powerful enough to nip this Branded's head clean off his shoulders.
I feel like that's going to be a future side quest. Can I just fight him? And then...
I'm wasting my time.
Beat the boy?
I can't just leave those bearers lying out there. They deserve a proper burial. That much I can do at least. How many bearers have lost their lives to this nobleman's sport?
Oh, man. It's right there. What are you doing? Okay. I did accidentally X'd it out for whatever reason. Those just look like
More
teenagers.
victims of the nobles' games. You must be Clive.
How do you know my name?
This seems like one of those more
The Dame.
extensive side quests.
I'm
Just
in
given
your
the fact that it
service.
seems like it's
Like
multi-layered.
yourself. Never gets any easier.
Assign multiple
Burying
functions
the
to one,
dead.
but yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
what you're here to do?
Yeah, no
The
kidding.
mistress has me see to it that none are left to the crows.
Although,
Since you're here,
that's one reason why
can you give
when
me
they
a
do
hand?
that, some of them is like,
Gladly.
press it to make this happen, but hold it to make
Let's
this
put them
happen.
to rest.
You know? That's pretty. Still wondering what that big crystal thing is all the way
May
over
their
across the
burden
sea.
finally be lifted. I take it you slew the nobleman's pet?
I did. Now I expect they'll find another soon enough. And when it gets here, more bearers will die. How can they think so little of sending us to the slaughter?
Simple. Because you are not them. Bearers are tools when they're needed, and toys when they're not. And if one breaks, well, you can always buy another. Still, such attitudes don't always go unpunished.
what you're doing.
Of course not. Wolves kill. It's in their nature. Invite one into your home, he's gonna tear your throat out eventually. Same with bearers. Fed or not, they don't lack for fangs. What will folk do when they bite back, I wonder? The realm's nest two murderous bastards, and I won't mourn the loss. Here. For their help.
Oh, man.
You don't have to.
He must have done something.
You never know. Our paths may cross again. Till then.
They probably will. I was actually hoping that side quest was going to go a little bit longer. We're going to be able to fight another of these pets. But I guess not if they're dead now. That ain't going to work. Anything that was going on over here, though, that obviously I can't go in there. I guess not. I'll go back up over here. Well, it's just a jump. It's not a... Why can't I clamber over things? Why is that? Like, I would have figured as much that could or would happen, but no. Quest destination nearby. Just jump by the time I get in front of him.
Have you seen my Chloe? I let her out of her pen while I did my chores, but she hasn't come back yet. I think she's lost. Please, can you help me look for her?
I can't promise I'll find her, but I'll try. Describe her to me.
She's beautiful white hair. She lets me stroke her when I'm sad. She's ever such a good girl. So quiet and kind. And she likes walking in the wheat. I know the fields are big, but she's never got lost before. Oh, she must be starving too. She hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. It is my job to feed her.
In that case, let's not keep her waiting. That's a lot of field to search. With a little luck, someone might have seen her.
Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and take a brief break. I am going to eat dinner. I am going to save right here. I am going to eat, and then I shall be back a little later to stream something. Hey, you're leaving the same time I am, so that works for me. But anyways, I appreciate everybody coming out checking out the archive version and the live version, and I'll probably be back a little later on this evening. Yep, good timing. But I will go ahead and I will end this like I always do. Later taters. Later potatoes. Later fried taters. Yeah!